Who's Joe?
We're live.
We did it, Joe.
Oh my god, I have nothing set up.
I have nothing set up either. Welcome to the YAM show. I don't know why
YAM
it says
Cast.
that. Or the YAM Cast. Yes, I saw it.
YAM
show.
Cast.
It's still wrong. My name is Mark. I am a computer engineer, an artist, and a 3D printing geek because nerd has already been taken. You can't be called
Nerd.
3D printing nerd.
Nerd herd.
Who the hell are you?
Me.
Oh,
I'm really bad at this.
I could tell.
My name's Yanni.
Is it though?
I'm a computer technician.
Oh yeah.
I like doing small engine repair. I like
Yeah.
building computers.
Yeah.
And fixing computers.
Yeah.
I got nervous. I don't like getting yelled at.
I want to hide now.
And I like spending too much time on things I shouldn't spend much time on. But we learn in the process.
That's okay. Learning is power. And Twitch.
Knowledge.
Twitch.tv is where I need to be going to get the chat.
Knowledge. Pop out chat.
Today we'll be talking about Steam Overlay, Microsoft abandoning Chrome, and other shit and stuff. That's all I wrote.
Other shit and
I didn't
stuff.
update that part. Mental Gin. Hello, Lord Joe.
George, hello.
Would you like to start on the Killswitch case?
The Killswitch case.
Because I still need to get set up.
How would you feel if Dbrand pulled an Apple here and said you're holding it wrong? Dbrand's Killswitch case. The issue that people are having if you don't follow Dbrand or the Killswitch, or anything with either of them, the Switch 2 came out. Dbrand is famous for doing their Killswitch case, which is just basically a super cool grip for the Switch, and they have case options as well. The issue is when you're looking at the Switch and the Joy-Cons, the way the Joy-Cons attach are magnetically, and they have a really thin gap, a purposeful set gap between the console itself and the Joy-Con. And that gap is there, so when you flex and you're holding it naturally, and the Joy-Con's just being moved around from like general gaming, or you're playing Mario Kart and you tense up, that's there as a tolerance, as to not, or as to avoid any sort of leverage, so that way you can't break the magnetic pull that it has going on, since they are held in just purely by magnets. The Joy-Con SL and SR buttons are stainless steel, and those actually pop out a little bit to like latch onto the magnets inside of the console. And since those wiggle, it gives it the tolerance and the space to actually make it more difficult for you to accidentally eject the Joy-Con. So that tolerance is there, that little gap is there, so that way you can't apply any leverage. Dbrand's Killswitch case that go on the Joy-Cons themselves, it also goes in the console body. On the console body, it doesn't go over the left or right sides of it. It ends up flush with it. But the Joy-Cons themselves, the grips, do go in that cavity. And because of that, it is easier, allegedly. Supposedly, it's easier. I don't have one, so I can't really test it. But it is easier if it does weigh in a little bit of leverage, that you can have the Joy-Con accidentally disconnect from the console. Now, Dbrand made a post, and I'm going to pull that post up real quick. Just bear with me one moment. And, ooh, they actually just had an update part 2.
Oh shit!
This is something...
They said they're fixing it.
yeah, after Mark takes over, I'm going to look over this and we're gonna shoot through it. But man, this is not what I was expecting to go into right now. They said part 2, they're fixing it. Well, this is a great thing. I honestly wasn't really going to be a bad thing about Dbrand. They are very direct in their responses. But essentially, because they were falling off, they released this entire post, and I wanted to try and find it. But I don't see a link to their original post. They had the Joy-Cons held laterally, and they were showing that if you don't support the console at all, and they say a lot of people don't hold their console like this, with the Joy-Con, you're just holding it by the Joy-Con only. You have no support in the back of the console. Like, literally no support. That it can, when you let go of one side and you're trying to hold it, it is an uncomfortable amount of flex, but it can disconnect. But they also showed another video, or a GIF attached, where they showed it without the kill switch. Just the plain old regular switch. And it also just completely disconnected and dropped. So, if I go back to my points here, I don't know how busy Mark is, but
I'm still... I have one more thing to do to ensure success.
I was going to ask,
Songs.
how do you feel about your holding it wrong?
Honestly, I'm not upset about it. Frankly, I don't know if I would consider it a correct solution. Because I personally feel that it is not the best solution.
I'll do this real quick. Let me interject. I didn't go over exactly what they had the super long post. They showed you all the videos and everything.
I read
right?
almost all of it.
Okay, so you did read all of it.
Yeah.
So you saw, like, their, in the beginning, the first post anyways, their alleged fix. Their alleged fix that I put down here.
Differently.
Well, they said Dbrand has stated they found a fix for their new Killswitch case. I put quotes around it because they didn't necessarily say it's a fix. What they wanted to look into was having tighter tolerances during manufacturing, so making sure their molds were meeting or exceeding expectations, to lessen, I guess, the variance in batches, and then better attention to detail in the post-processing. So working with the piece that's filling between the gap in the Joy-Con and the console. They aim to have thickness be more consistent as there are slight variations between batches. So, yeah, with that in mind, you're still holding it wrong.
You're still holding it wrong. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think it's a wrong answer.
Right.
That, was I doing this wrong the entire time? Control C. Paste. No, I was not. I don't think it was the wrong answer. I don't think it was the answer most people wanted. And I feel like that's probably where most of it's coming from. Post. I'm going to see how that goes. Yeah, I don't think it was the answer most people wanted. I did like Dbrand's answer personally.
It was thorough.
It was very, very thorough.
Like a natural Dbrand response. They want to go through exactly what was in their heads.
Like, you can't
and we got it.
And
I appreciate that because it really breaks down, because they respond in the moment, and I feel like the responses are always in their feels.
Yeah.
And, like, professionally, that's usually a big no-no.
You mean like most companies?
Most
people? Or are you talking about Dbrand?
So Dbrand themselves.
Oh.
They get hit in their feels. They send it to their engineering team. The engineering team is, no, you're wrong because of this.
No, you're wrong.
And then they just ship it. And then they always come up with a response, and they're like, okay, we're going to step back a little bit. Mark has discovered something here.
Okay, keep going.
But, yeah, Dbrand's like, all right, we're going to step back a little bit. We're going to breathe. And here's how it actually is. We made an uh-oh. I am really curious to read the their update 2. I don't know how long ago they posted that. 5 hours ago.
I was gonna say, so not.
I should have really. I just didn't bother checking. I didn't think I was gonna have to check.
I felt like their answer was already
Their answer was pretty rock solid. Yeah. I thought it would at least take some time in manufacturing for it to kind of smooth out, because they did say they were going to tighten their tolerances a little bit. But the next talking point I had here was, do people actually hold their Switch, like by the Joy-Con itself?
Yeah, because the way some of the videos was actually like, why do you hold it like that? And then what's funny is I read the post pretty thoroughly.
Yeah.
And then I need to have this up instead over there. And then I just kept getting people like just messing with their Switch and holding it purposefully wrong. It's like, but do you actually not put your fingers on the console?
Right.
That's essentially what Dbrand's argument was why don't you just put your fingers to support it like a normal human being? Is what I got out of their post. Because that makes sense. That's too far to reach. My Switch 1 is back there, and I could have tried to demonstrate. Yanni is getting it. You see the controllers right below it.
I'm gonna take the controllers off.
Yeah, we can do that in a second.
Oh, this feels tiny.
I know. It is very small compared to the old one.
This feels really tiny.
Or the new one.
Wow, this already feels old.
Yeah, this is
crazy.
This is
that feels old.
7 years old?
Yeah, I haven't like looked at my Switch since I transferred my data, and now holding that.
But who holds their Switch like this? Their Switch 2, I should say. I need to be specific. Who holds their Switch 2 like this and not like this? Like, so, how are you playing games like this? Like,
I actually have something to that. Because I grabbed my Switch, right?
Oh.
I grabbed my Switch, and you got to think about the way the Killswitch is designed, right? It adds grips in the back. So, when you're really comfortable, for me, that's it. I can hit everything I need right here.
You think?
Very rarely do I actually touch the console.
Maybe it's because I have massive hands.
And that may be it. And you got to think, this is me doing it on this Switch, right?
Yeah.
So I'm holding it like this on here.
It's even bigger on the.
It's even larger. And the Joy-Con grips add girth to these controllers that you want to grip because they're grips.
Right.
So naturally you want to hold it. And I think where people really found the mistake is when they're gripping their controller as to like hold their Switch better, and then they're doing this when they're trying to grab something, maybe a drink or something else.
Topples.
And that's what's causing it. Because if I'm holding it like this isn't a problem. Because I'm not sitting here flexing it for any reason. So it wouldn't disconnect. But if I do let go to do something, and I do have a full grip, and the controllers are larger on the Switch too, that might actually happen to me. I can imagine that on a plane or traveling. If, I'm watching a cutscene, and I can place my thumb right on top here. It's not pressing anything. And I can grip the Dbrand grip on the back. And I could flex it this way to grab a drink real quick. That could totally happen. And my hands aren't small either. And the Switch 2 is larger overall. So I really, really thought about it. I took my Switch down and I was like messing with it. I'm like, man, that probably would have happened to me.
Well, you're holding it wrong, so.
I am holding it wrong.
Dbrand spoke. Yeah, maybe it's just because I have like giant gorilla hands, but like, I feel like I wouldn't have that problem because I'm pretty good about actually. Like I would support the console with my fingers even if I chose.
Responsible over here.
I mean, it's not even on
Not
purpose.
a risk taker.
I just have huge hands,
Not a risk
man.
taker.
I have huge hands. Well, I'm curious to see what the update 2 is. Do you want to peruse through it real quick, or do you want me to talk about something and then
I'll take a peek through it. We can find out together. Hey Reddit, it's us again.
But I'm not Reddit, I'm Mark.
Today you're Reddit.
Well, I said it wrong in the beginning then.
This is still lengthy.
Not super lengthy, though. Not as lengthy as the last one.
Today we're going to try out a new communication strategy where we both say fewer words and devote less of them to blaming you.
Oh my god.
Let's see if it works. It'd probably be entertaining if I do read the whole thing if anyone's actually listening to the VOD. But we're not going to do that. First, let's condense the last update down to 2% of the original length. Okay, this is awesome. They're actually making it super easy to read. So, when holding Nintendo Switch 2 in a specific way, detachment between the Joy-Cons and a remainder of the console can occur. Some experience this issue, some do not. This discrepancy is due to a manufacturing tolerance issue on the retaining lip that keeps the Joy-Con grip attached to the Joy-Con. Anyone who suffers from the manufacturing tolerance issue can reach out and we'll get them better Joy-Con grips in July. So, that's pretty quick, and that's really nice.
Yeah, because they were in the original post, they said that they had to retool a little bit to change the tolerance.
Yep. To what it's supposed to be.
The next batch they get will be accurate.
Yeah. One nuanced point that got a bit lost in the prior update was that there is an alternative to the retaining lip. It's been tested and is already in market on a few Switch 2 cases. It's adhesive.
Gross.
The problem with adhesive is that given enough time or the wrong kind of stress, it will ultimately fail. This failure would turn the problem from this Joy-Con detaches from the console to this Joy-Con and the rest of the console detached from the adhesive and fell out of the case. So,
correct.
They also saw a lot of people, they referenced in their first post, how many people said, I'm just going to cancel my order or I'm just going to take this and return it if we're going to be talking about adhesive. And you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, I would not want adhesive on my case. Yep.
So I'm going to skim through this real quick. They say, we're not clear on how this went from a problem we need to address to this is the worst company to ever exist. But we acknowledge that every complaint we've received is underpinned by a problem that we alone are responsible for solving. As easy as it is to boil down our original post, as easy as it is to boil our original post down to you're holding it wrong. I'm so happy. I'm happy they got that. I'm so happy they got that because that's literally what it was.
That's amazing.
My first thought was you're holding it wrong, and that's exactly what I put in the doc.
Joe, how do you hold your Switch? I have to know before we continue.
Yeah, how do you hold it?
Do you hold it? Do you hold on? Where's?
Let me grab it again.
Took it apart.
I'm booting it back up. I'm backing it up.
How do you hold your Switch, Joe? Do you support the console, or do you hold just the Joy-Con while gaming?
I want to keep this together real quick, and we're just gonna.
Yeah, we should
We
probably
might be
keep it together for
referencing this a
now.
little bit.
We're pulling out my Switch 1.
So I thought about it.
My
I don't know.
OG moddable Switch 1.
I don't know how much Joe's been listening or how long he's been watching this, but I noticed when I play my Switch, it is actually like this. I do go a little bit lower, but a lot of the time I'm actually not even touching the console. And so if I had a full-on grip, I don't think I'd be touching the console at all, but I don't think it would fall out of this.
Right.
Because I wouldn't be flexing it. I'd just be holding it, playing it. But if I wanted to do something, I would probably accidentally do this. So, yeah. I'm kind of a claw person.
So, I hold it like this because I have my big, massive gorilla hands. So, Joe, do you hold it like this, where you're supporting it with your fingers? Or do you hold it like this, where you're just holding the Joy-Cons?
Because I had no idea. I had to pull my Switch down last night and, like, really look, and I was like, man.
Oh.
Do you have the loose thing? Yeah, you got the loose thing.
Wow. I didn't know I had that problem.
You might have. Wow, on that side too. Wicked.
OG Switch. What can I say?
You can actually print new clips.
Yeah, I can.
Power move, because these Joy-Cons are super easy to take apart. I have the clear mod on mine.
God, dude, this is like...
You did actually play this a lot in the beginning, didn't you?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I beat Hades on this twice.
It's wild. No, yeah, you played that a lot.
Do I have a date on here? There's no date.
It's first edition.
But yeah, it's first edition 2017. I know that much. But like
it was like
curious
probably
if there was
first
an actual
batch,
date.
I think, right?
Just about.
Because I remember he got his Switch and then he was over at Best Buy, and he told me they had it there. And as soon as he told me they had it there, I grabbed my buddy, because I was going to pick him up, and I told him, like, get in the car, we're going to Best Buy right now. And I was flying there.
And these are also original Joy-Cons too.
So,
I've had no battery. Well, pretty sure no battery swelling issue.
yeah,
my console is
Joy-Cons?
warped though.
Is it warped?
If you looked at it, it's concaved.
It is. And I think that's just from the heat generated right here.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, like the screen as well.
Oh, the screen. Oh,
Like,
yeah,
the
it is.
entire body is warped.
That's impressive.
That's amazing. Well, that's how you know I fucking played it though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely got my money's worth with this one.
for sure.
Yeah, never had stick drift. Still haven't had stick drift.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Haven't had to replace the battery. I probably should, but
Yeah.
I don't play it enough now.
Hard hack it.
That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Is should I just go ahead and mod it,
I'm going to drink
And
some
then-
of my ice cream here.
and then sell it, or just sell it? Like, I don't know
I would
how.
totally keep it as a relic.
I don't know how. 2016. There's the date.
2016?
2016 is when it was manufactured, at least.
Wicked.
Support.nintendo.com. All right, so I guess Joe is off doing something. So we can't get a third party in here. I'm gonna just use the OG stand right there.
So-
And my stand has never disappeared. Fun fact.
We can run through this a little bit more. I see something really funny here. I'm just going to read this verbatim. As easy as it is to boil our original post down to you're holding it wrong,
But you're holding it wrong.
what we're sober to now is the point that you should be allowed to hold it however the fuck you want,
Well, I want to hold it correctly, so tell me how to hold it correctly.
without detachment occurring. We get it. Please continue dunking on us for the next 6 to 8 months for reincarcerating Steve Jobs. Or reincarnating Steve Jobs.
You said reincarcerated.
My
Holy
mouse was
shit.
blocking it, and I was like, that's not right. Reincarnating Steve Jobs. So that is hilarious.
At least they understand.
He goes, I don't hold my Switch, so can't help. Oh, yeah, I guess if you have it docked. Did you get the... Yeah, you got it.
What?
Savannah.
Oh, you can't help it.
Yeah. So that's hilarious.
Well, you could help your switch, or hold your Switch. You could hold it with the dock in your hands. Just
Yes. You know, when your Joy-Cons have to charge and it's docked, you just gotta... And then just hold the dock.
play while the screen is blocked.
Well, no, you still play on the TV. You just gotta dock so it can charge, and you just keep on playing.
That's hilarious.
Rather than buying a proposed solution at the end of the post, we're going to get the new solutions. Solution or solutions out of the way early. These are truly new solutions that have been developed since our last post. So they hit the paper quick there. You're probably wondering why in our last post we stated that there was a good stock and out of tolerance stock. If you already had the good stock, why would you need a replacement? Because we have two versions we're working through that are even better. The first is fundamentally similar to our current offering. The key difference is that it features an even thinner retaining lip compared to the good stock we've already shipped. We pushed to the limit of mass producibility with the solution and have confirmed that it's both viable at scale and will provide a significant improvement over not just the problematic units, but even the current good stock. The second is an entirely new retaining lip design that fully resolves the detachment issue. With this design, everything will remain securely attached, even under the stress of shaking your Joy-Con like a maniac, one-handed, with no additional support on the body of the console. Effectively, it would perform like a stock Nintendo Switch 2.
Like this.
Solution number 2 obviously sounds a lot better, right? Why are we even entertaining solution number 1?
Because we're bitches.
The problem is, you know what? I'm not going to read through all of this.
That's a lot to go through.
But I mean, they got about 5 more paragraphs, 6 more. I'm not going to 7 more. I'm not going to read through all of this. There's more paragraphs. But it seems like they're already on it.
The very last sentence.
Let's see. Solution number 2 will be ready for a mass production trial on July 10th. At that point, we'll be able to determine whether we're going with solution number 1 or solution number 2 for everyone's replacements, as well as incorporate the retooled Joy-Con grips into our mass production pipeline. So it looks like they still want to see... They want to have one on the back burner, just in case. They're going to email Killswitch owners. We know that. We want everyone to have the best possible version. One question we expect will inevitably come up is whether a particular order can be held back until their solution number 1 or solution number 2 has been determined. Realistically, this is not possible to manage at scale. It is only going to push our customer support backlog further into an insurmountable state. What we are 100% committed to is getting everyone replacement Joy-Cons ASAP, regardless of whether they're severely affected, haven't experienced the issue, have emailed us a dozen times, or have no clue about any of this.
I feel like they shouldn't have used Joy-Cons. Would you like a free Joy-Con from Dbrand?
Josh just said, am I supposed to be seeing a blank screen?
Oh, hey, look at that.
Darn. You're definitely not.
Hair device. Wait, where'd it go?
Oh no. It's dead, Jim.
No, it actually is. You might have to use your
Alright.
ninja reflexes to turn it back on.
I'm gonna have to get up and go over here and not trip over anything.
Well, Josh, thank you for being here.
Josh saving the stream.
I just realized
How long
that,
ago did we lose it?
it couldn't have been that long because I assumed Savannah would have said something.
Off?
It looks at. Is it dead?
Yeah, it's dead.
Are you kidding me?
It's at 1%.
Damn, it was supposed to be charging it.
What? No, stop. What are you doing?
No. Let it do it. Let it do it. Let it do it. Don't touch it.
Press power button to resume.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
So that's about 9 minutes ago.
Yikes.
Damn. Why did we not?
Nice bootloader on that.
That is how I got it.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, that cable's supposed to be charging it.
Well, it didn't say it was charging. It shows it's charging now.
I don't know why.
I don't know your pin.
19. Let me make myself. because I
because you
muted it. I
muted it.
forgot I muted it.
What you can't hear anything now.
Yeah, what you missed, Josh, was I looked over. You said you can't hear anything. I was like, "There's no fucking way we're having a problem." And then I realized I forgot I muted the microphone. Well, there goes that clip. We're trying. I'm trying.
That's fine. We're good.
I forgot to show you. I guess I could show you real quick. I found a possible solution to cutting up and making YouTube shorts.
Yes.
Out of all this. And essentially, it goes from here, right?
It's one giant shake.
So, it goes in this Python file. It loads Whisper. And then you just tell it to transcribe the specified file. And it goes through and it finds segments.
Okay.
It gives it a start, gives it an end, and then I think you can set a maximum. Where's the maximum? There's a maximum time somewhere. And then it goes out to a JSON. JSON file is just like, in my opinion, I can't read this, so I could not tell you what that actually is. And then this script takes the output file, the video that needs to be cut, and the script that is found, the transcript, and then references all three together to make clips.
Okay.
And if I didn't want to reconstruct my window structure right now, I would show you. I would show you the clips. But that's the idea. I need to move this to there,
right?
So I can use the GPU, the NVIDIA GPU, to actually make it faster.
Okay.
Because it runs locally.
Right.
So,
oh, he can hear an 8K. That 8K audio. Oh.
Can you hear an 8K, Josh? Hey, Yanni, your power adapter's not plugged back in.
Yeah, I know, it's hanging on.
Get riggedy wrecked. That's hilarious.
Can they see that? Oh, they probably can't.
No, they probably can't see that.
They see that. They can see my charger getting dragged. Okay. As I'm looking down at the charger. That's funny. Okay.
I'm waiting for Josh to say something. I think this would be hilarious. But yeah, Killswitch case.
Cool.
Hold it correctly.
That's a nice update.
ASMR.
Dude,
yes.
I really love the response of there he goes.
Should I do the
What we're sober to now?
Should I do the just for Josh?
Immediately gets
Savannah said the same thing. ASMR.
Immediately gets plus 20 views. Immediately. No, the response of what we're sober to now is the point that you should be allowed to hold it however the fuck you want without detachment occurring.
Well,
that is hilarious.
I want you to tell me how to hold it, so I know I'm doing it correctly and in warranty. Well,
no, the thing that was frightening to me, it's not like so I see a bunch of kids holding the brand new Switches by the Joy-Con and just swinging it around. That alone makes me nervous, and I was like, man, seeing this happen yesterday with Dbrand, I was like, if they had a kill switch, that thing would have been gone. That would have killed their Switch. Yeah, that would have actually killed their Switch.
Ironically,
but no, I don't know. It's just you shouldn't even be swinging it that way, like to begin with.
Says you.
Like, no.
What if I want to like launch my Switch out of a cannon?
No, well, you know what? They say you can hold it however the fuck you want. You should be able to.
See,
so.
There we go.
Yeah.
I still think it's funny at the very end they say we'll replace your Joy-Cons. I'm pretty sure they don't mean Joy-Cons. I'm pretty sure they mean Joy-Con grips.
Oh yeah, what we're 100% committed to is getting everyone replacement Joy-Cons ASAP.
So I don't think they meant to say replacement Joy-Cons. Pretty sure it's supposed to be Joy-Con grips. But that's okay. So
I'm gonna join the conversation.
Good guy, Dbrand. Are you're gonna post about it? Can I get my Joy-Con?
I can't spell.
Good job. Can't even read. What are your glasses for?
Correcting my vision as much as they possibly
Your
can.
cracked vision. Well, that is awesome. One thing that you aren't flinging around, though, and that you aren't going to... Well, you'll probably drop it if you get one, is there's a new rumor that suggests that the Galaxy S20 Ultra might drop the built-in S Pen slot, ending a feature that's been a standard in the Note series since it merged into the Ultra line.
I have a theory.
You have a theory? Same idea as why wouldn't I? Oh wait, I missed something. It wasn't supposed to be a safe feature. Isn't it just supposed to be a safe feature? Versus damaging the connector. That's if you didn't have a case. The problem is the Killswitch case made it easier to pop it off. But Samsung, basically the reason why, based on the rumor, is Samsung just wants to make their phones smaller, slimmer. They want room for bigger batteries, better cooling. Similar to how
make a slimmer S Pen.
The folding phone. That's how I feel. How the folding phones work. Let's see. If it's true, the S Pen would become a separate accessory again, possibly bundled with the case, just like the S21 Ultra, and just like how the folding phones work it now.
So with the S21 Ultra?
I think that is incorrect. I'm pretty sure that had...
No, because with the S21 Ultra, I think we had...
They take it away?
Was it the Note 20 was along with the S21? I don't remember.
Do you see what I see?
Do I see what you...
You gotta see it. Blank screen
I
again.
gotta see it.
Blank screen again.
Blank screen.
Blank screen again. Blank screen again. Do you see it? Do you see it yet?
Are those legs floating?
Yes.
Whoa, they're like really floating.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened because the CoolTac plate's supposed to do the exact opposite.
That's hilarious.
It's supposed to do the exact opposite, so I think...
well, it's ColdTac, so I was surprised your bed's even heated. Is it supposed to be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be heated. It's just supposed to be lower temp.
Like super low?
So the phone's dead, probably. I guess... Let me hand you the
what to do. I'm panicking.
The fucking webcam.
I don't want to hook up the webcam. It's garbage.
You're right. That was the whole point. Was to not have to have garbage. Video.
Your phone is trash.
Two things. No, it just needs to be charged.
Honestly,
I don't know why though.
do you know this has a new battery in
It doesn't, but like, I've had it on this entire time, but the cable is supposed to be fucking charging it.
Maybe it's a bad cable.
No, it charged it when it was connected to the MacBook. That's how we were able to use it last time. So it's got to be my fucking PC again. It doesn't provide power over that port. It goes directly to my USB-C, unless we have a USB-C cable.
It's not turning back.
I'm sure it's just dead. Unless we have a real USB-C cable. That's not C to C. Take the horseshoe mount. There's a clip. Nope. You're already doing it wrong. Because you have to... Yeah, just let that happen. I'll take that. Alright, we'll charge it for later, I guess. Because fuck me. Thanks, Josh. I don't know what we would do without you. Nope, you're still doing it wrong. You're doing it the hard way. That's okay. There's a clip.
There's like a flip.
Pull out on it. Yep, that right there. You pull out, then that comes off, and then you use that the thing on the bottom to screw it in. Nope, you're doing it wrong still. Yep, there you go. This is so funny. It sucks that you guys can only hear it. I guess this is a real podcast now. You guys don't have to see us.
don't even know which way is the right way. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter as long as it's on the longest flat side. Or the long flat side, sorry, not the longest. Plug in.
I just completed my monthly challenge.
Holy shit.
My goal was achieved.
Your goal was achieved to, I'd be listening to the empty void. Wonder if we would get more views if we were just an empty void.
Right.
So
ugly faces.
You were so ugly and fat and gross. No one wants to talk to us. We are at 5 views though.
5 fat views.
I'm gonna need to like drag that out a little more so you don't kick it or anything. Alright, so that's hooked up. Let's go back to the lame camera. Oh, I forgot about the technical difficulties. Damn it, I missed the fucking opportunity.
Alright, guys, tuning back into the crapcast.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Hey, they can see this though.
Oh, that's live.
Yeah, that is live. Nope, that's fine. You can keep it exactly like that. Turn that off.
I feel like I need to pull it closer. There you go. I feel like I should pull this closer.
No, I think it's alright. We will just... Why is it 720p? Why is 1080p a pro feature? Are you kidding me?
What?
I'm not doing this anymore. I was gonna use the app because I thought it would be cool. It is not.
It's supposed to be a 16K camera.
Fucking hello? Oh my god.
We're sure any technical difficulties we are.
Yes, we are.
I got my phone in that corner.
That's amazing. We're just gonna have a silent show.
Silent show. Silent cast.
Is this fucking app trying to take... Oh my god, what I have so many things in my tray. Sunshine. Sunshine. Yep, Camo Studio is still fucking open.
Lollipop?
God. Hate shit that just tried to take over the fucking... Nope. Oh! 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 Now what happens if I configure video? Can I zoom in like a teeny bit? Oh!
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty alright. Sure. Oh,
Man,
too
this
much.
makes it so easy.
A little
Too
less.
much?
A little less. Good. Yep, you're good.
Nice.
Perfect. Alright. Hey! How'd you know that's how I'd be getting up in this morning? What were we even talking about now? This is just what I thought was going to be.
The S27.
We
skipping
prepared.
over the S26.
I prepared so much for this. You prepared so much for this, and then it's just like gone to shit in the first.
I prepared nothing for this.
In the first what? What is this? 40? Oh god! It's been 44 minutes. Holy shit!
That Killswitch
Killed
our time.
Well, I also don't want to, because I'm an old man and I don't want to be awake for too long.
Neither do I. Because I was late to work this morning.
And I will be late to work tomorrow. I have to be up early tomorrow for work. Anyways, should we just restart this topic?
Galaxy S27 Ultra may ditch the built-in S Pen slot.
Because Samsung wants to make it thinner, lighter, lamer.
I'm still confused why we're talking about the S27 when the S26 hasn't even been announced.
I'm pretty sure the S26 is out. Like, been out.
We're on S25 Ultra. We don't have an S26. Rumors. Release date. See? They're just the S25 Edge.
Then where did I get S27 from?
Man, this guy telling lies.
Man, go fuck
So they're
yourself.
telling lies or he's predicting the future. They're going to skip
Unless,
26. Because skipping numbers is cool.
unless this is a in the future thing.
Samsung skipped 10 numbers.
Yeah, see? So this is just a
That's a
2
shit
years
post.
from now thing. You think?
I don't know. I mean, it could be going.
That's a shit post. I know, Josh. I keep thinking about that. Josh says thinner and lighter, but does nobody remember Bendgate from the iPhone 6?
Bro, we're gonna get Bendgate with these new iPads.
Yeah, dude.
Thinner than the iPod Nano?
The new iPad, we've already had Bendgate with that.
That's what I'm saying.
I should stop that print. That's not even going to be
No,
used.
let it go. It's impressive.
Well, I mean, it'll be usable, actually,
That's
for what
hilarious.
we're about to do it with. Use it for. I need to figure out why that's happened, though. Anyways.
That's wild.
That is crazy. But this this comes up as or is reported days before Samsung dropped the date for their next Unpacked event. It's being held July 9th in Brooklyn, and the teaser says Ultra Unfolds, which basically screams it's a new foldable phone.
Finally. It's going to be fun.
The Ultra phone, Ultra Foldable. This will be the first time we see a proper Galaxy Z Fold Ultra. Additionally, rumors are flying about the Z Fold 7 and the Z Flip 7. And there's even whispering in the hills of a trifold concept finally showing up. I feel like I'm the only person, but trifolds are dumb.
Yeah, I don't care for them.
If you're already tempted by these lovely rumors, Samsung is throwing in a $50 credit just for reserving early, no commitment. So you can get a free $50 credit if you decide to pre-order today.
If you get an extra 0 on that, you're going to be locked in.
Jesus Christ. So, anyways, now that we understand, I that's how you know I'm so disconnected with Samsung now. I didn't know that S27 wasn't the next phone. No clue. Like, I should have because the year.
You're not missing much. The only thing that still got the camera.
They're so fucking their phones. Like, so.
But then Google arguably is beating them in that department.
The most important thing that this topic made me think of, and the reason
if they actually skipped the S26, I owe you a pizza.
The reason you won't owe me a pizza. The reason why
pizza anyways,
I wanted to talk about this was because, for a simple reason, very simple reason. Why would they kill a fan, or at least kill like the built-in part of it, a fan favorite feature? And why is the Note 9 still objectively the best phone ever made?
Why do their lower end series still have SD cards, but their higher ends don't?
Why?
Micro SD Express. You can't tell me it's speed.
And why does Apple want you to talk to your parents about buying yourself a MacBook for college? Apple quietly removed its latest ad called the Parent Presentation.
Did you jump? Oh, you went up.
I went up, yes. I'm jumping between topics now.
Nice.
Less than 24 hours after it was posted, the video featured comedian Martin Hurley? I think it's Hurley. Walking students through how to convince their parents to buy them a Mac, complete with a humorous 81 slide pitch deck. Apparently, the pitch deck also lives on Apple's website. While there was no official reason given, the reactions online were mixed. Some found it funny, others found it called cringy or manipulative. This marks Apple's fourth ad pulled in a year, following their other two high-profile removals of the iPad Pro Crush spot and a controversial tie ad.
Wait, they pulled it?
Yeah, they pulled it.
This was a thing? Apple quiet. Oh!
Are you just now listening?
No, I'm just I thought you were telling me this. Okay, it was Apple's video that featured this comedian.
Yeah.
I thought you said some random comedian was doing this.
No, this is what it was. This is the only video I could find.
Whoa. This is crazy. That's way too long.
How it's done.
Yeah, we're not playing it right now the whole way.
No.
This is Apple's
Because they're nice computers.
Pretend I'm your dad and try to sell me on buying you a MacBook for college.
Hey, Dad.
That's a minimum
Good, honey, I'm
requirement.
really swamped with work stuff today.
Can I have a MacBook for college, please?
I'm gonna stop you right there. Your whole strategy is just crazy wrong. Because if you want to convince your parents to get you a Mac, you need to speak their language. I'm gonna show you how it's done.
Let's see. What's their language? Oh my god. Okay.
I respect
It's a parent presentation. It's a downloadable presentation designed to give your parents the confidence to invest in a Mac and your future. And you can download it right now. I'm here to demonstrate how to effectively give this presentation, but
Okay.
I need a Mac. Okay, so see that? Try to incorporate some showmanship into your...
Okay. I can see some parts are like
I
the
want to know one of the topics.
What?
Keep going.
no,
Just jump ahead like a minute.
a minute.
I want to know what. There we go.
What would your parents hate even more than buying you one laptop?
Yeah, this one sucks.
If I get a tattoo.
No, the
Yes,
slide.
But also buying you 2 laptops, right?
The slide says, as you know, I'm incredibly responsible.
His name
And then
was
something,
Marcus.
something, something.
You seem like a totally normal, great guy.
This is awful. 7
But then
minutes
one day,
now.
Yeah,
I
this
found
is
out
way
they're
too
for
much.
$899, or you can buy a PC, but you also have to buy antivirus software,
You
a
don't.
manual backup
You don't.
software,
You don't.
You don't.
guard dog to protect it from your roommate. Expensive yachts ever bought. Marcus, who's a producer, you gotta
Ironically, you'd probably have to buy a guard dog to protect it from your roommate for the Mac more than the.
go overseas.
Yeah,
Oh,
you need a
what the hell?
gun to
Hell,
protect your Mac.
How can I graduate from the top of my class with my bones?
Nobody
hurt?
wants to see
External
a
power
Windows
bank?
PC.
I mean, it's
Did he say how can I graduate the top of my class if my bones hurt? The fuck?
insane, man. So what have we learned today? Do you want to give it another shot?
That Apple
This
still
is
doesn't know what
crazy.
the fuck they're talking about.
That was such a shitty post.
Yeah, obviously
Like, not a
that's
shit post. That's just a shitty post.
obviously that's not the entire ad, but I'm happy it's not there anymore. It started off like it made me giggle.
I can't believe they got so freaking dunked on for that one.
Well, it started off and it made me giggle. But then like as we started clicking through, I'm like, this is just like it's 7 minutes of this. So I'm
Yikes.
happy I didn't watch the entire thing, and I'm happy I didn't waste all my time on
That
it.
was brutal.
Um,
I didn't like that.
but the video is gone, but the downloadable presentation template is still live on Apple's website, suggesting they haven't entirely scrapped the ad campaign, just dialed it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was stupid, and I'm sorry for wasting all of our times on it.
Like, I guess I'm happy to know about it.
You're happy to
But,
know
like-
about it.
Man, that's nuts.
You want to talk about FireWire dying?
On macOS 26 Fatho.
You keep fucking with me when you say that. I'm like, what do you mean, fat hoe?
Yo, Tahoe for a Mac name's amazing because I'm totally going to drop this in front of a customer on accident. I'm going to call it Fatho.
I don't.
I already call Chevy Tahoes Fatos, and people already buy the F and swap the A and T around. Yeah, if you pay attention, that's a little Easter egg. Look how many Chevy Fat Hoes are on the road. I'm not even joking.
I'm gonna have.
Yeah,
to.
there's a pink one that goes around town too, and it's got Fat Ho right on it. It looks factory. It looks factory. It's amazing.
Christ. Okay. Well, do you want to read it? Me to read it?
Yeah, I can read it. Apple's dropping FireWire. IEEE 1394 support entirely a macOS 26 beta Tahoe. That means any FireWire device, even via Thunderbolt to FireWire adapters, will no longer be recognized or mount. I'm going to stop right here on this. I didn't know FireWire had to be supported. I thought it was just data. Right? When you go A to C, like, it just works. There's no support there. It just adapts. It works.
It's funny you say that.
There's just data lines. So I figure if you just get an adapter, why would it not work?
The beta, I think.
This is something entirely new to me.
So
I'm
hold
totally
on.
gonna
I think
have to...
I wrote this wrong then. because macOS 26 beta is no longer compatible with first-generation iPods or likely any other FireWire-based device. The technology is being fully depreciated, reports confirm. In Tahoe, system utilities and Finder no longer display FireWire storage devices, even when they are connected via Thunderbolt to FireWire adapters. Including Sony. It was developed in collaboration with other tech companies, including Sony, Panasonic. It was first introduced in 1999. Despite offering the hardware and better performance, FireWire is largely confined to Apple's computing ecosystem. And I think that specifically is the reason.
I'm going to be honest,
it was one of many of Apple's, like it's their own standard, essentially. And
you got to get off FireWire if you're still on it. I mean,
The
like,
last
that's
Mac-
fair enough, but I just didn't know. I was more shocked at the thing of it's got to be supported.
The last Mac to ship with a FireWire port native without having an adapter was in 2011.
Which really isn't that long ago.
macOS continued supporting IEEE 1394 for several more years. Now macOS 26 will kill it for good.
Fair.
So FireWire is finally in the grave, baby.
Upgrade your
Let's
stuff.
go.
You got your money's worth out of it. Just upgrade.
Or get an old Mac.
Or get a Windows PC and adapt it.
No, get an old Mac.
Old Mac.
Old Mac because
Mac.
Apple
Or
Apple good PC bed.
just never update again.
Or get a guard dog. Because apparently you need that and antivirus for a Windows computer, so that's why you should get a Mac, because you don't need antivirus on a 2011 Mac.
The amount of crapware and browser hijackers I see on Mac is disgusting. And you know what? Fixing that is near impossible. And shout out, not a sponsor to Malwarebytes.
For actually trying to fix it.
They're the only ones that can fix it. Because I don't understand why it's so hard for them to just target. Why is that not built into Mac OS? Like, I understand there's software called Clean My Mac, but Apple needs a button in the Mac that says, fix my shit. Or clean my Mac. But I prefer if it just said, fix my shit. Space Crane?
Have you never watched Toy Story?
Oh, Josh is looking through the presentation.
Oh,
Oh, man.
he said it's
bad.
so bad.
That's what I was saying. When I saw I'm responsible, I was like, this is ridiculous.
As soon as you
Yeah.
read I'm responsible.
Yeah, presentation for your parents. Well, you know I'm responsible. No shit. Like, nobody's concerned about you. You can be as responsible as possible. The whole thing is like accidents happen.
Oh, now you need your power adapter.
Trying to exercise the battery.
Oh, see, you need a Mac because
Not even
Wanda
gonna
died.
lie, I've been considering getting an Air. Yeah, no, you got this one.
I should
They're
just get an Air.
cheap. I put quotes on cheap. I put quotes on cheap.
Big fucking quotes. That reminds me. Speaking
Well, like
of cheap,
price to performance. Like, I'm not even gonna fub it. Like, MacBook Air is really good. The M series Macs are so good.
holy shit!
Right there, that should be enough.
$360 for a MacBook Air M1.
I'm gonna be honest, they actually did not hold up very well.
The M1s?
Yeah,
You think?
I just worked on one recently.
Really?
Did not hold up well at all.
What? How? What do you mean?
The performance is that of an Intel Mac. Shockingly.
Really?
Yeah. Just recently I had one. They were trading it in. I was just as shocked as you are.
That's surprising. I mean, even
And
still.
it may have been something failing on it. It may just be as simple as something was failing on it.
Yeah.
But I was shocked when I was messing with it.
Yeah, that's
I
not
even
what
looked
I
up the
thought I would
serial
hear.
number because I had to triple check myself and make sure this wasn't an Intel Mac in disguise.
right.
I was actually in disbelief.
But you're right. I mean, the MacBook Air engine, this is all used or refurbished. This isn't like
But hands down, the M series Macs are phenomenal.
that's a Core i5. Just kidding.
And it was only that one single time I had an M1 Mac that wasn't running so hot.
Ha. What was I gonna do?
But I will
was
say,
going to search by.
for basic everyday use, man, MacBook Airs rock.
All right. Well, I can't search by processor. So, but yeah, MacBook Airs are awesome. I would like a MacBook, but I have yours first of all, and second of all, I'm a Linux desktop, Linux laptop behind me, so I don't have a reason to have a MacBook. It's nice to sit on the couch and do things.
I think the only thing that will make me ask for this back, like immediately, is if Boot Camp opens support to Snapdragon-based Windows.
Is if
If
I
Microsoft and
crack your
Apple
screen so we can fix it.
can pull their shit together. They will replace it for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they will replace it for that.
According to the National Library of Health, one of the main factors affecting spine health in teens is the school bag weight. Get an LG Gram. Get an LG Gram. If that's a
Trying to
problem.
hype up the MacBook Air.
Get an LG Gram.
Okay.
Get a
Because
Dell XPS.
the Air is going to make all the difference compared to the fucking textbooks. I'm sorry, the last thing I was worried about in my backpack was how heavy my damn laptop is. And I was carrying around a gaming laptop. The last thing I was concerned about.
That's amazing.
The freaking $2,000 textbooks they make you buy.
Good. What would you like to do next?
I don't know. You want me to jump down to one of my topics?
Ondar? Sure. Oh, the fucking picture. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up.
The picture? Space Crane.
Nope.
Oh, it's a negative.
Yep. Have you never watched Toy Story?
A long time ago.
So this doesn't
And-
matter to you then.
I actually watched 2. I think back when I was overseas for the summer,
Okay.
I watched Toy Story 2, I think, just about every day, and I still don't remember it.
Oh my god.
But I liked it. It's the only reason why I kept watching it. I really liked it. It's just, it was that long ago.
It's a very good movie. Oh, I have it.
This is kind of just jumping on what we were talking about last week.
Meg switch.
Yeah, the MIG carts.
Make cart.
If you're not familiar with what MIG carts are, the MIG cart is made for the Switch.
They're
It's
ROM.
so you can
Back up your saves.
back up your saves, Animal Crossing, and some Pokemon,
Whole game.
and you can also load your games to it and play it, just so you can be portable with it and everything like that. It does your keys and whatever other security stuff, but it's all your factory stock cartridge information. You can dump your carts like onto the MIG switch cart and just play off that. Well, if you hook that up to your Switch too, it seems like if you just simply plug it in, Nintendo will ban that console from online service.
If it is just plugged in. Yep.
It seems like it. Yeah.
Well,
from
all
the
the
people-
reports. Yeah, all
Yeah.
the reports. It's been.
Because I followed 3 separate people
They
that
plug it in.
simply just swapped it out and didn't try launching any games as a control. Because they wanted to wait on launching any games until they saw other reviewers do it. But simply just plugging into the Switch, their Switch is now bricked.
Mm-hmm.
Soft bricked. It's
Well-
just software, but it's practically useless.
Because if you contact Nintendo, more than likely they're going to say go kick rocks.
And then there was somebody I was watching that found out immediately, started recording, kind of went through the whole process with the camera on him, and at the end of it, he had unlinked his account through Nintendo.com, because that was the only way he could unlink it, because he went to unlink it on the Switch, and it said, sorry, this Nintendo Switch console
That's right.
it's like banned or blocked from using online services.
You can't.
So
do
anything that connects to the internet, you just can't do. So
That's
literally signing out of your account. So he unlinked his account from the Switch, restored the Switch, like factory restored it through recovery
He
options,
still couldn't sign in, right?
and he actually bricked it because it asks you to sign into your Nintendo account, and it tells you, sorry, this Switch is blocked from online use. So it's like, or from online services. So his Switch is thoroughly bricked because you can't sign into it.
Good for him.
It doesn't seem to be affecting user accounts. It looks like they're not banning accounts. They're
banning
only
the Switch.
banning the Switch.
So you have to give them $550 more. No,
Yeah.
$450 more.
And
Sorry.
my question is, if you sign into another Switch,
Does it ban that one too?
Yeah, is your account gonna run around?
Oh,
So I haven't heard anything like that.
that would suck.
But I guess the big question is Nintendo justified in banning consoles?
No, because I paid you money for a product or service. I expect to own said product or service. Well, maybe not the service, but product.
So
it's not a service. It is not a monthly subscription. You're not leasing the console to me. You are letting me purchase this console, and it is now my hardware.
what if you spin it as they're protecting their hardware and they're trying to keep their software locked?
If they wanted to do that, they shouldn't have released Switches. Because as soon as you put it into the wild, if someone is determined enough, they will figure it out anyways. So if they really wanted to protect their hardware and their software, they should have never released it to the public.
I'm going to
how I
preface
feel.
with this. Every manufacturer can do this.
Yes. I'm not saying Nintendo is on their own in this.
And there have been
Anybody can do
manufacturers that have lightly stepped on this.
Yeah.
Very lightly.
Yeah.
Nothing name-worthy. It was just very lightly.
Because it's you're telling me, so if you went home right now and your Switch was banned because of something you did by accident, through no fault of your own, you didn't know it would happen, and Nintendo has no other say, would you be like, oh, well, Nintendo has the right to, and then just shrug your shoulders and buy a new one?
I already have my
Or would you be
response on this.
pissed? I would be pissed. So I gave you $500, and you're like, yeah, no.
Here's my view on it. I was partially on they're justified. But this is my argument that I've always made with Nintendo and the Switch and Nintendo Online. If I'm paying for your service solely for cloud backups, you should tell the publishers and developers to go fuck themselves and let you put their saves mandatory online. The
Yes.
fact that you can lock saves to the console and only the console is like actually fucking criminal.
Yes.
I would have bought a mid cart, and I almost bought a mid cart to locally back up my data. Now, if I had done that and I went to dump my data onto my new Switch, my console would have been banned, and I wasn't doing anything against their policy aside from ripping my save, my hundreds or thousands of hours that I put into a game to keep it safe, because you don't give me the option to keep it safe any other way. And I'm trying to protect it and just copy it over to my new Switch. And I would have been banned from doing so.
Right.
And all I would have been is, if I tried to say anything to their support, I would have just gotten my teeth stomped in.
Yep.
And I'd be shitting teeth for the rest of my life. Because it's Nintendo, and they don't give a fuck.
They don't care. Yep.
I don't understand how you can be such a righteous company and such a selfless shit company all at once. Because this is also the same company that banded together got every single one of their executives from every country to a table and said, hey, do you guys want to make a realistic wage and not over the clouds wage, and we can actually retain everybody versus firing 4,000 to 5,000 people? And they unanimously said yes. Everybody was on board of, sure, we can make an ungodly amount of money down to a shitload of money, and we'll save everybody. But then the saves. I've had grown-ass people, and I always say this over and over, I've had grown-ass people drop to their knees because they found out they lost their save. There's several hundred hours of, like, Animal Crossing or Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Or the guy that had, I
From
think,
last week.
what was it, 1,000 hours or 2,000 hours or something insane? He had, like, 1,000 or 2,000 hours into Pokemon,
Yeah.
and he had ported, it was
I think it was
Scarlet, 1,200.
And it was 1,200, and he ported Pokemon.
Since the color.
Yeah, all the way.
He
back.
traded all the way up. Diamond was his previous one that he got really big into, which was mine that I completed. I corrupted my save because I went action replay afterwards to do the Arceus stuff that was like locked and hidden. And that was fun, but my dumbass did wall hack and just walked through the wall endlessly. And I corrupted my save because I walked too far. And it actually like deleted my map. So it was like I had no way to get out of it. I went to roll back my save and everything was just cooked. So I stopped playing Diamond. I stopped playing Pokemon after that. It was whatever. But you gotta think, this guy had 1,200 hours. And I guess for those people that didn't know, he got a Switch 2, did console-to-console transfer. And if you didn't know, when you do console-to-console transfer, it rips your saves off of your Switch.
Yeah,
Also criminal.
which is insane.
Also completely criminal. And it pulls it over and pastes it to your new Switch. He had all of his data except Scarlet. The most important one. That's insane. It was the most important one.
Yeah, that's something that's just insane. I have no words for that.
So, yeah. Mid-cart Switch 2 console bans. I feel like they're partially justified, but no, I can't care for it and I can't agree with it as long as they keep locking their saves like that, because
Right.
that is actually criminal. I just don't understand how that hasn't been something fought for yet. It's my save.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
I just don't know.
Nintendo said it's their save.
I just don't know how that's allowed.
In Soviet Nintendo, it's their save. I couldn't think of a good way to segue that.
That's so crazy.
Speaking of banning things, you want to talk about Etsy banning my bitch ass off of Etsy?
Yeah, you want to do that one?
I mean,
You
might
read
as
into
well.
that at all?
It's still, I mean, I kind of already understand.
Because you might have read into that a little bit more than I did.
I looked into it, and I was like, I don't care anymore, because you and I had already talked about setting up a Shopify
Yeah, that'd probably be a lot better.
store. But while the official updated policy states 3D printed items must be based on the seller's own original design, Etsy support has told creators that it is still okay to sell prints from an open source or open license STLs like those from Printables or Thingiverse, as long as the seller provides attribution or customization. Essentially, Etsy originally was banning 3D printed products, but it's slowly been growing and morphing from that original update. It creates a massive gray area when it's original versus licensed content. One seller may be told that they can't sell models even with an attribution, but another may be told that the license is that since it's an open license, it's okay, and it's non-commercial, and allows the redistribution, then it's okay. Essentially, the concern by the masses is that the rules may not be enforced consistently across the board.
Which was really annoying, because someone had a really thorough question that they submitted through chat. And they said, hey, what about all the people for my Patreon where they're paying to use this? And the response he got from chat was, yeah, that's fine. And then the other one that he did through a support ticket said, no, that's not okay. It has to be their original design.
Right. And that's the issue. Since enforcement seems to be inconsistent, some listings were removed or flagged, while identical ones remain active. It depends heavily on which support rep responds or whether the listing has been manually reviewed yet. Many 3D printing sellers are frustrated, calling the rollout vague and unprofessional. Some say there are 3 different answers from support about the same file, especially around a CC or GPL style licenses. Key example, which is the one Yanni just talked about, that it was approved in support chats, but it was not approved in... What did you say it was? Denied in others. Oh, it was approved in some support chats, but denied in others.
Yeah, because the ones they showed were support chat. The one example they had was they said it was okay in chat, but then when they submitted a ticket, when they got the email back, the email response was, no, that's not okay.
Right.
So, and this is coming from the same support line.
Right. So, needless to say, Etsy has a lot to work on to create better guidelines and more clear guidelines.
And I'm wondering if,
understand where they're coming from.
Right. Because it gets out of hand. Like, some things that we've seen also blatantly, we know don't have, like, an open license to redistribute or sell.
Right.
And here people are out just selling it anyways.
And probably what Etsy is trying to get ahead of is the people who are trying to sell things that don't have the open license. And instead of having 500 creators coming to them and being like, hey, my thing's being sold and it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
And having to deal with all those tickets, they just say, all right, well, you have to prove to us you have this license.
Yeah.
Get off my platform. So I feel like I understand it from Etsy's side of things, but they needed to have more clear and concise rules around it for the rollout.
I have an idea in my head.
So,
and I don't know if it's to this scale.
Yeah.
But my thought process on this, they would need some sort of like a verification step.
Well, you basically just have to share that you own the license and that the license ties back to your number, your
But if they're saying it's
company
okay
or whatever
to pay to print and sell from another license, how would you show that you have that okay aside from look at what I'm paying through Patreon?
you just
That
submit proof.
anyone could just copy and paste.
Either submit proof or
And how do they know if you stop paying for it?
or they have to Etsy can create a rule that essentially you have to show proof, right? And so then when that rule goes into effect, let's say, the Patreon person has to provide essentially a unique document stating this person has access to this file.
You and I are thinking of the same ballpark.
And every time someone downloads that file, and goes to sell it, they have to upload that file to Etsy for Etsy to then have in their manual review processor or whatever.
So my thing is, they pay monthly for this.
Yeah.
So they stop paying.
Then you can't. Yeah.
So that's what I was saying is, I feel like there needs to be a small little like verification server that when you go to Patreon, you do this you receive a unique ID,
Right.
and that unique ID can be, when you go on Etsy and you say, are you selling something, is it 3D printed? Say they add that question. You do yes, and it gives you, what are you 3D printing? Is it your license? If no, what's this unique ID that shows you're paying for it?
Yeah.
And
Kinda
I
like
think
how,
there needs to be a standard for this.
Kind of like
made.
how CompTIA certifications work.
Exactly.
Because you can look
Yeah.
up that code.
You have a tech ID
Yeah.
or like a certification ID. In this case, if you're paying, as an example, through Patreon, and maybe you can pair it with a service, and that user just connects it with their email, I guess. They have a unique ID that will drop off, say, if they stop paying for it, or flags if they get it revoked, or just shows a green check mark as long as they keep paying for it. But something Etsy can have also, because there's no way they're going to manually review all of this.
No.
And I think that's the issue right now with Etsy, is anyone can put practically anything on there, and that's now causing problems. Because I can't imagine what their supports must be, like what the representatives must be going through.
Yeah, they're probably losing their mind.
Hey, my my print is on there and it's not licensed publicly.
Right.
This is not for redistribution. And they're like, I don't know. Like, they don't know. They're not in the 3D printing space. They're there to like support for, I didn't receive an item, or the seller's being an ass to me.
Right.
Or, they're not equipped to deal with such a wide like maker space.
Right. And they're definitely not prepared for it. So, again, coming right back around to where we started, it's time to open a Shopify store. That's basically, don't rely on Etsy. Is really all it comes down to. And that's something that, if you were ever serious about selling on Etsy in the first place, you should have already started to diversify. Because Etsy as a platform will never last, just like how Shopify as a platform will never last. Just like how PayPal potentially can never last.
PayPal's a cancer. That's going to last forever.
Theoretically...
Honey.
Just stop. Theoretically...
Millions. Billions.
All of these companies can disappear. So you can't have all your candy in one basket, essentially. You have to... be able to diversify what you're working with, right? So having it all in different spots is the best way to go. Speaking of different spots, though, to infinity and beyond is what MSI is providing to your gaming setup. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of Toy Story, MSI has teamed up with Disney and Pixar to create a fully themed PC. Every major component carries the spirit of Andy's world, from Buzz and Woody and beyond.
Wasn't Buddy.
Stop it. I was going to show a picture, but now I'm kind of scared because of what happened last week. If you remember.
I actually don't remember.
When I clicked on the... Oh, hey, there we go. Oops. When I clicked on the black bar.
The black bar.
The black bar. I'm definitely leaking something. Remember when I clicked on the black bar and it crashed OBS?
Oh, yeah.
Is that,
Let's do that. Let's crash it.
No, let's not.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
Stop it. Oh, Hold on, I gotta. Then, oh. I didn't plan this through very well, did I? What if I did? Oh, where'd it go?
This looks okay.
Where'd it? There we go. We're professionals. It's okay. This is essentially what the PC looks like. Yes, you're playing with my spinner. The chassis is a Mag Pano 110R. I'm not going to read off all these model numbers. It looks like the Pizza Planet's claw machine and the joystick, where the aliens are in the first movie. The RTX 5070 is Buzz Lightyear white and green. The motherboard is Woody's yellow, like cow pattern and brown boots. The AIO and power supply is themed after the aliens from the claw machine. The power supply is themed after Emperor Zurg. It also has an Intel Core Ultra 5 245K, 32 gigs of RAM, and 1 terabyte of NVMe storage. Get rid of this now. It's a limited run. There's only 500 units and it's strictly sold in Taiwan for a price of, I don't know what that is in Taiwanese dollars. I guess, I mean, 79,900, which is about $2,700 US.
79,000 Taiwan bucks.
Yes.
Taiwan.
It includes extras like building blocks, smelling Toy Story, 8 mini figurines, and themed magnets and numbered Disney plaque showing its rarity. It's a cool blend of nostalgia. MSI isn't just slapping logos. They've definitely put their time and effort into this to make it a very well thought out build. So if you are going to Taiwan anytime soon, it will be up for pre-order. And you can only buy it there, so hopefully you'll be able to get one.
Next week, hopefully.
Next week! We're going to Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
Getting some.
I already got the ticket.
All right. Well, we're going to come back with this $2,700 laptop.
Nice.
Or desktop. There are a lot more topics in here than I would like to do, if I'm being honest at this point.
Click and drag to next week.
We're just gonna, yeah, we could.
Actually, did we go through all of them?
No, we did not.
No?
We went through this one,
And that one.
this one,
And that one.
this one, not this one,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
not this one, not this one,
Oh.
not this one, not that one, and not that one.
Okay, so there's a lot of good ones for next week.
So,
Two of them I'm like,
was there
that
any?
one I'm pumped for.
Yeah. We have to leave some for next week.
That one I'm also pumped for.
Is there any that do we want to do the
And
Honda
then
one?
The Nexus thing is I'm just interested in.
You want to do the Honda one? The Honda one seems to be very fast.
Yeah, sure.
Honda R&D. Oops, I dropped that. Honda R&D launched and landed, a small, about 21 foot tall reusable rocket in their Taiki Town facility in Hokkaido, Japan. It climbed to about 180 feet in the air, hovered for 56.6 seconds, and then landed within 37 centimeters of its target on its 4 retractable legs.
Oh, sick.
This marks Japan's first pinpoint vertical landing by a private company, already placing Honda alongside SpaceX and Blue Origin in the reusable rocket game. It's a huge leap forward in their ambition for suborbital flights by 2029. They haven't yet seen a commercial path yet. Although they haven't seen a commercial path yet. All right, anyways.
Can you imagine if we get Honda jets?
We have Honda cars. I'm driving a Honda car.
I'll drive a Honda jet
Hell
to work
yeah.
every day.
Honda is gathering valuable flight data and to perfect the rocket stability and landing tech. What's their end game, though? A suborbital launch and eventually maybe a satellite deployment, though that would need more R&D and investment to match companies like SpaceX.
It's fine. Because SpaceX is at a point where everybody else can just play catch-up right now.
Pretty much.
They are struggling.
SpaceX is?
Yeah.
Really?
Not financially, but...
Oh, what, having to
Morally.
keep it... Oh, morally.
Have you see what happened to Starship?
No.
Blew up.
Like, were there people on it?
No.
Isn't it?
The entire thing exploded on the pad.
Wasn't that the point, though? Was they wanted it to
The
blow up?
4th time in a row it messed up.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I thought they wanted to blow up because that gets them data.
Well, when the entire thing just explodes, there's not much, This is not reading it correctly. Yep, at least 3 consecutive catastrophic failures. This one just blew up on the pad. It didn't even get off the pad.
That's impressive.
That's aggravating.
I think it's impressive.
It's like, at one part, it's kind of funny. Because it's just, like, so unbelievable. Considering their track record of they get better every time.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, the first time they got close to landing the rocket, or close, where the rocket just came in at, like, terminal break your shit.
Right.
And it just smashed into the ground, and investors were like, you're never going to land a fucking rocket, right? And then the second time, it landed and then blew up, and everyone's sweating now, and they're like, holy crap, is this possible?
Yes.
And then that third time, where it just freaking clunked, and they had to put, like, an extinguisher on it, because it was just kind of stuck on fire a little bit.
Right.
They were like,
It's actually...
yeah, no, that's it, it's happening, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they reused that one to get the final landing.
Right.
Like, that was sick. But, man, building an entire starship over and over at the speed that they're doing it. Like, whoa. That's got to be demoralizing.
Yeah, and deflating. Not even demoralizing.
Like, that's gotta hurt. I can't even remember what it's called. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
You better.
The word for the test they were doing.
I have an idea.
It says test flight, but it was actually something else that it's called. It wasn't the test flight.
I have an idea that I need to remind me that I have something to talk to you about when we're done.
Yeah.
He's still finding. He's searching right now. I
It
guess
says during testing. I just don't remember, ground test, I guess is all it was. There's a word for the ground test they were doing. It was like I guess a burn test. Maybe that's what it was.
right.
And it just, I'll just click on it. It just blew up. I don't know why this is 13 minutes long. Here we go.
Some guy wants to really talk about it.
There it is. Burn test, and then gone.
Incinerated. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Obliterate. Like, there's nothing.
That's so crazy.
There's nothing to record from that. The entire thing's just gone. Like, what do you... You know, you can watch the video back, and I'm sure they got something slow-mo. But whatever it was that... I can't believe I paused it there. That's
It
crazy.
didn't last for long.
But right there... you can't see it.
Literally less than a second later, just
I'm trying to...
keep going. You got time.
right there.
There you go.
I can't even get it fast enough. But it was something on top.
You still haven't watched the video, you ass.
Yeah, I have. Well,
Such a good
because I
video.
think I saw the original. He must have talked about it earlier at some
There
point.
is no original. I'm telling you, it was a part of the WAN show.
Maybe that's what it was. I'm pretty sure I watched it, though, when he was talking about early manufacturing with this. Because I feel like he discussed this earlier.
Well, you're wrong, so.
I'm gonna click on this and see if he ever discussed it earlier, because I feel like
He never said he did.
because this is so familiar to something else.
We're just shit talking now.
If we
It's such an interesting video. Like,
had
why
a
would people
little
watch
stream deck to
to show what you're doing.
yeah, just to be like my screen.
Yeah,
and then like
there's a
your
lot
screen.
of there's a lot of things that we need.
And we can do one thing at a time. First thing is getting a reliable camera.
Yes. The Pixel's fine.
I'm never gonna find this, and actually, it's only recent, so
The Pixel's fine. It just has to fucking charge. Yeah, I mean, I don't think
he's never talked about
yeah.
it.
I'm telling you, like the only other time something like this was talked about was on WAN Show, and it was someone completely different.
Because I remember the grow brush and everything.
Yeah, because the WAN Show situation was there's an A/B test. I mean, I want to see if I can pull that up
Is that what it was?
just to prove it to you.
The grow brush,
It's the same product,
same product.
not that product. LMG. There has to be a clip of it. So I really don't want to have to go through an entire WAN show to find it. Videos from phone, not that one. Spaceballs. Is it this one? The American dream was never really a reality.
Bellaset asks, are manufacturing jobs usually union? You know, being onshored,
No, this can't.
jobs they're bringing onshore can dream of resources and
Don't think that was it. Yeah. Now we're just kind of letting the stream tank.
Three months ago, episode discussion. The puzzle of the All-American barbecue scrubber. I don't remember, but the whole thing sounds extremely familiar. That's kind of why I didn't watch it, because I felt like I pretty much already watched it.
Heard from us. I promise you, it's in a WAN show. Because I remember watching it in a WAN show.
That might have been where I heard it.
Because we both watch WAN show pretty religiously. Oh God, no. Okay. Nope. Playlists. Maybe that was where I wanted to go.
Devices?
No, that's not what I wanted. Stop it.
It would have been eons ago, and I don't think
'Cause
it
it
was
was-
the title.
No, it was definitely like months ago now.
Yeah, I know.
Unless
I don't think we're gonna find it.
hold on, I saw USA.
There's a lot of things USA that happened recently.
Because it was I remember they were talking about how Trump yeah,
Trumpy
there's way
dumpty.
too much. It was basically about how Trump wants jobs back in America.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it came down to. Anywho, this is something me and Yanni have to hash out later so I can fight his ass. Any projects you have going on, Yanni?
I'm still doing name tags at work. I need to get that done ASAP. I got my magnets home. I just want to get that finished with because I need to throw my 0.4 nozzle on so I can print something for one of our coworkers and one of our ex-coworkers. And then I also need to print off our test stuff.
It's
So-
really just, yeah.
Is
it's
that
really,
TPU?
no,
No. Okay. I just saw the
no,
red.
Petchy. TPU's in the dry box.
Okay.
Um,
That's shocking that your pet warped that much.
I know, I'm very confused right now,
And only
especially
in the
on the
front.
cold plate. Yeah, everything else is perfect.
You think it's because you got the AC cranking?
Probably
'Cause it's
that
chillier.
shouldn't be. It's been colder in here and it's been fine before.
Okay.
So unless the enclosure temperature went down that much, which it might have, So, my project is really printing out these boaties. And
They're not boats.
they are boats. Shut up.
They're boaties, but they're not boats.
And I'm really starting to dig into a lot of the YouTube analytics and SEO things. Really, because
We're paying for views.
yes, I shouldn't have said yes to that. Fuck.
We're paying for 5 extra views.
But yeah, the 5 views that we get per fucking stream. 3 concurrent viewers now. Josh, thanks for being paid. I'll drop the paycheck off when I work with you next. God, I hope no one takes that out of context. No, it's been very interesting seeing how, like, what YouTube ranks, what YouTube.
You have a bearing in here.
Yeah. It actually might work well. Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
What, did it look good?
Yeah, keep it going. Like, spin it as fast as you can, if possible. And then put it next to the or up to the camera, and then eventually it'll turn into a single image. And you'll probably just have to look later. No.
Not fast enough?
I don't think it... I haven't been able to make it work with a camera before. Oh, there it goes. No, it's just slowing down now. I haven't been able to make it work for a camera for some reason. But I have a strobe light app that I will not use because Josh is here. That makes it work very well. Anyways, SEO on YouTube is very interesting. I definitely don't understand it still, because I feel like this stream alone is pretty indicative of that.
I'm not fixing that Pedgy.
This stream is very much the exact opposite of what I thought was going to happen.
And I did find out why my name tags were printing like shit.
That's good. Because this is alright. And this is okay. This is not what I was expecting. And we only peaked at 5.
Right.
So, I'm definitely not, although Josh has been chatting the entire time, so that's cool. I don't understand what we did that one week.
SteamOS.
I
think that was just a crazy hot topic.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I think everything was just coincidence.
But, so let's end the stream, and then I want to chat with you about my idea.
Yeah.
So, anyways. Yeah, SEO. Fun stuff. I hope you all have a lovely night. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I am sleepy. But,
I'm
you know,
happy
what's
we're
new? I'm
finishing.
sleepy every fucking time.
We're finishing at a decent time.
We finished about this time last time, I think.
Did we? I
think.
feel like it's always after like 11 I'm leaving.
It feels like. Well, that's probably when you left, yeah. Because last time I remember being in bed by 11, like 20.
Okay.
So, and I think that's just because I don't know if you ever noticed, but
We're getting a bit
make
better
sure,
at this.
I make sure you actually like leave the driveway because I'm like I
appreciate it.
I don't want you to
I'm the same way.
come back in and be like, what the fuck, I need something.
Right.
Like that one night when you forgot your water bottle.
Yep.
And 2, I like want to make sure you like leave my house safely. I don't want you to like get into a crash or something stupid. That's my mom and me though. That's exactly what my mom would like just stand there and wait until someone actually leaves the
I
driveway.
think it's like Italian Greek thing.
Probably.
Because my mom would always be like, "What are you doing? You know, like stand outside."
Stand outside.
Like, what do you mean? She's like, "Make sure they
Get the
leave."
fuck in.
No, she was like, "Stand outside. Make sure they leave the driveway." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
And then it just kind of stuck.
Yeah, I've just done it my entire life.
So I always like stand in the window like a creep, and I'm just like waiting until they leave, and like they gone.
But yeah, we'll see you all next week. Hopefully at a more 7 o'clock time.
I think we're getting better at this. Just things keep happening, and I completely forgot we were doing this today.
Yeah, fucking.
And like 5 o'clock came where it was like 5:20, and then he just
you.
says, he goes, "You're late," and I'm like, in my head immediately, I'm like, it's not even Tuesday. Like, what do you mean I'm late to fucking what?
Is
Like trying to think if we're like had dinner, or I was like,
what does that say right there?
I don't know what twee means, but
I'm ending this shit.